What's up, everybody? Rod J back again to take a look at another beer. Thanks for swinging by to check out another video. Tonight I'm going to take a look at one from home of Lance the Lush out of Akron, Ohio. This is the Bernese Barley Wine Ale. This comes in at 10.5 ABV, 75 IBU. Just another one I picked up at one of my local bottle shops. Gives you some good information on the bottle. Tells you the best drink at 41 degrees. Talks a little bit about the beer there, and a little bit more original gravity, final gravity, all that good stuff. But outside of that, nothing else in particular. Don't really see a date or anything on here, but with the barley wine, this is actually a style you can age, and they even tell you on this bottle that this design actually get better the longer it is aged. So let's go ahead and get it open and get it into a glass and see what it has to offer. Now they do mention this one is filtered in the bottle as well, so we may have a little bit of floaties floating around. There we go. Kind of a dirt brown kind of look to it. It looks on camera like it has a little bit of a reddish tint. In actuality, it kind of has more like I don't want to say like a sandy brown, but it's got a weird type earth tone to it as far as the color. Can't see through it at all. It's a lot of murkiness involved, but it did come out with a nice head. As you can see, a nice two and a half finger head. Looks really good. Kind of sits as a barely off-white color. Some good foaminess to it. So a decent looking beer thus far. Now on the aroma, I am getting the sweetness here of the malts. It's kind of giving me a little bit of a caramel toffee type smell. Not as much of hops, even though at a 75 IBU level, some people would expect that. Again, this is a situation where the malts can actually knock down the hop feel of a beer. Almost giving me the idea in my head is going to be kind of a syrupy type texture to this one. A nice candiness to it. It may be slightly dangerous at the 10.5 because I'm not really smelling a lot of the booze. As far as the taste, well, the taste kind of it's definitely pungent, and it's got a smoothness quality to it, but you do have some of that carbonation in there as well. I took a couple big sips there, and I wanted to just basically stop and just sit here and enjoy and savor it a little bit more. I'm getting a nice amount of flavor in the mouth. I can feel it instantly going right off the tongue and into the cheek area. You can feel that warmth of the alcohol, which you usually get on the barley wine. Usually a lot of barley wines are done in the colder type months. Again, just like some of the bigger stouts, I kind of like them at different points during the whole year. But if I'm going to drink this right now in the summer, I'm going to drink it like it is right now, late into the evening. You would not want to drink this on a hot day. But you do have kind of a slight syrupy feel to the texture. It gets into the cheeks very nicely. Nice good mouth coating that's taken place. Good duration of the flavors. Kind of just slides down the throat rather easily without any throat scraping. Not really too much on a bitterness effect in that way, although you do have a little bit of it there in that taste. But again, it's so malty with the way they did this one. It's really taken a lot down from the hops that were used. Definitely a full body beer. You're definitely going to feel this weight on your tongue. Still not seeing as much of any particles there. I did feel a little bit on my tongue there with it being some of the yeast and everything. Not really anything to be bothersome by. I do have a little bit of lacing there in the glass, which looks pretty decent. And honestly, you can see I'm kind of going through this beer pretty quickly. It does go down nicely and has a nice, like I said, smooth quality to it. So you do feel some of the booze in the taste. I am feeling a little bit of that alcohol there as well. So you will have that in there. But all in all, it's a pretty decent and smooth tasting barley wine. On the back here, it says, like Mr. Buck, the Bernese Mountain Dog on the label. This is a big beer, a complex, dry hopped with unfiltered barley wine that will only get better with age. The malt aroma, possibly only in a barley wine together with the deep malty flavors, melds perfectly with the hops for a truly unforgettable experience, and I would definitely agree with that as well. And again, there's Mr. Buck, the dog. So yeah, Nice one out of Akron. I don't know if you have Lance the Lush. You probably has had this before. I'll have to check with them to see. But Thirsty Dog does some pretty good beers. Very impressive here. They already have their $12 of Christmas out, which is kind of early since we're only in the beginning of August. But, you know, everything's coming out a little bit earlier now. If you happen to see it, check it out. Thanks for swinging by to check out another video. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good jazz. And I look forward to catching you next time. Keep drinking good craft beers. Cheers.